Hello, guys. Welcome to Keyard Podcast, episode 23. Rob, do you want to do the honors of our sponsor?
Uh, yeah. I will. I certainly shall. So episode 23. Are you a pesky Brazilian attacking midfielder who isn't even that good at football? In fact, he's fucking shite, but fancies a bit of octogenarian action? Then visit willinan.com for all your needs.
Love it. Uh, yeah, that's how you doing anyway, man? That's.
Well, seen the Arsenal score and seen that we've been knocked out of the FA Cup by fucking Southampton, so I'm doing very well.
There's a reason you wanted to distract yourself with this podcast, I'm
Yeah,
guessing.
absolutely. Let's move swiftly on. How are you, KB?
Yeah, not too bad. Besides from being banned on Twitter for 24 hours, and
Really?
I'll read out the tweets. It's perfectly safe, no problem. It's just for some reason Twitter decided that it was. So I was banned for violating the policy on spreading misleading and potentially harmful information related to COVID-19. Do you know what my tweet was? It was Katie had the vaccine on Friday, which means when I get a 5G phone, I'm going to get amazing signal when sitting next to her, and I got banned for it.
Oh, mate.
It's just, oh my god, this
As we all know, Twitter just does not have a sense of humour, does it?
just go through any thread of like football talk or something like that. There's plenty of people who deserve to get banned, but I digress.
Yeah,
The other thing in
not humour
in
whatsoever.
the other thing in my category of stuff that I've been doing this week, I've just been looking at ways to optimize my Discord. So the first thing is that I've set up new roles. So instead of showing online and offline on the side, you see the me who's called like the key EO, then you've got the key execs who are the mods, and then you've got the regular users who are key IPs. And then I'm trying to set up a bot which, if people are connected, have their Twitch connected to their Discord, then they can a bot will auto assign their role to a now live thing, so it appears on the side as well. Just to make it so that it's easier for so people don't have to self promo manually. It just comes up. As well as that, I've set up a bot in the self promo channel so that posts for them instead of them having to post as well. So yeah, it's
Mate,
happy days.
can you do that for my Discord? Because I've been
Yeah,
meaning to figure out how to do that assign roles thing for a while,
yeah.
and all I've got are like moderators, but I wanna split like subs and like me into different categories as well.
Yeah, I
You know?
think subs I haven't gotten around to yet, but there should be plenty of tutorials I can follow off. There's this
Cool.
bot online called Yag PDB or something like that, and that's what I've used at the moment.
Incidentally, KB put a bot, a welcome bot in my Discord that went, "Welcome to Rob's Discord. Nice one. Cheers. Fair dues."
Yeah,
You
like
know,
we already had it in there, didn't we? But it was in the general section, which kind of overshadows
but the
the
names
actual.
are when someone comes in my Discord, it still comes up in the general section.
That's part of your actual settings of your channel, so you can just turn that off, and it
Oh, I
should.
don't know how to do that. Okay.
Um, just have a look. There is a thing. You know when
Oh,
we went
I'll
to
later.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I'll
fine.
figure it out.
But yeah, there's that. Besides from that, I tried putting like a Pokemon catching bot in there, but then every time someone posted in any channel, it said a wild Tepig has appeared, and I'm like, fuck off. So I had to just keep deleting messages. So I've kicked the bot off my Discord now. Which
Well,
is a shame, but
speaking of catching and taming wild animals, I have kind of dove headfirst, shall I say, into a new venture this week.
yeah.
Well, and over the past few weeks as well, I would say, in that I've downloaded to Steam Ark Survival Evolved.
How did you manage? I mean, I what I did, I've got it on the Game Pass rather than Steam, so I think we're a bit separated there, unfortunately.
Mm.
But how much download space did it take
I
for
have
you?
no idea, but essentially, I initially because basically the guys in the band Novena,
Hmm.
who I've gone who I've kind of become quite well acquainted with over the past few months, and they're on Twitch as well. Shout out to them, Novena Band UK. Give them a follow
Hmm.
because they're hilarious guys and really, really cool, really nice, and genuine fellas. They've set up a private Ark server called the Noven Ark,
Ah, nice.
and Harrison, who's the mastermind behind Novena, shall we say, he writes all the music. He plays piano for them. He plays guitar for them. Writes all the lyrics. Yada yada. He's a genius, quite frankly. He's very fond of the game, and he's played it a few times over the years. But he decided to just set up this private Novena server, and he was like, "Does anyone want to join?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll give it a go." And I noticed on Steam it was reduced from 40.99 to about 8.99.
Mm.
So I was like, "That is a proper good deal. I'm going to get on this," you know.
Yeah.
So I downloaded the thing on Steam on my MacBook, ran the thing, and just endless problems with trying to run it on this crappy little MacBook. Unsurprisingly,
Yeah, it is a
even
very
though
difficult game to
even
run.
though even though the gig that I had required was enough, it was still persistently crashing, and I was moving at about 2 frames per second. You know, it was a nightmare really. So I transferred it over to my home PC, and it works like a charm now. But
Nice.
essentially, if you don't know what Ark Survival Evolved is, it's essentially Minecraft but with dinosaurs.
Yeah,
I think it's
Minecraft
the
or
best way to put
Rust,
it.
I'd say, because Rust
And
is.
Rust.
Yeah.
I mean, Rust seems to be the big, huge thing that everyone on Twitch is doing now at the moment.
Yeah.
I don't know
So
if you've played it yet.
I haven't played Rust. I've seen griefers in the game. Um, like knock on someone's door to say, "Oh yeah, I'm safe. I haven't got weapons or anything, but there's people chasing me. Can I get in?" And they're like, "Yeah, okay." Pulls a rifle out and shoots everyone in the house. And as like Rust is a game where once you die, you start all over again. So it is absolutely tragic when you do get killed. Um, but yeah, Ark is like I've gotten the Game Pass so from the Xbox app. So I've been using that to download quite a few games. I've currently at the moment I've got Ark, and I've got Outer Worlds, which looks great so far. Hello Neighbor, which I can't wait to stream because it is a very original game, I'd say. Scary in its own right. And because I did say I was going to do more horror games, because Alien Isolation I think has been one of my more popular games that I've streamed as of late. People always come in and see if I'm gonna get scared by something, which is great. So it'll be good to do some more of that. And I think there was a last game, but I can't exactly remember. But we'll get back in. I'll get back into it later if I can remember.
Sure.
But just exploring more lines of technology. Not doing more lines of coke, so it's a good mix.
That's great to hear. But yeah, Ark is just one of these things that's like we've been doing it over VC on the Novena Discord as well, and Harrison's been super helpful with helping me out with these, with moving on, because it's not a game unlike Rust where you kind of you respawn and then you basically start from level 1 again, and you can you can go back to the beginning and then relearn everything, no problem. With Ark, it's kind of an ongoing server.
Yeah,
So like everything in the server kind of, you know, evolves around you, sort of thing. No matter how many times you die, even when you're logged off, things are still on the move, sort of
yeah,
thing.
yeah. Of course.
So
No,
before,
yeah.
it's one of those games that you kind of have to adapt quickly to.
Mm.
But luckily, I've in fact, just before I came on, I was on it, and I built myself a little hut down by the beach. But it requires lots of elements. You have to harvest stone and fiber and thatch, and things like that to make a house.
Yeah,
You have to make preserving bins for the meat, and then the meat can be spoiled if you don't eat it quickly or cook it. And it's all systems go really when you're in that game.
yeah. The one game I'm looking forward to is Monster Hunter Rise that's coming out on the Switch. I recently got Monster Hunter World, so like I'm one of the newbies to that game and to the Monster Hunter series in general. I did play like the ones on the PSP, but the controls are much better on the PC than back at those times.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. I downloaded Pummel Party as well, so I'm gonna try and get into the hang of dealing with that game because it's
Pummel Party.
yeah, so it's basically like you're on a board game, and on that board game, it's kind of like a very fiendish version of Mario Party. It kind of
Yeah.
looks like because you're on a board and you go into mini games, and I think the aim, from what I see, is that you've got to collect keys or something, and the one with the highest keys wins. I'm not too sure, and you can either form alliances with some people, or break alliances with people. So I'm not too sure. I'll have to look at more streams and stuff to see how people play it. So that'll be another thing to delve into.
And oh, nice one. All right. I also I ended up taming a massive Diplodocus the other day, which is like one of those
Ooh.
huge Brontosaurus type dinosaurs. But it's
Yeah.
super tough because you basically have to feed it berries, then wait till it's hungry, try not to get trampled, then feed it berries, and then wait till it's hungry and try not to get trampled. And it went on for about an hour.
Create.
Trying to tame this thing.
I tell you what I'd love to get back into as well is Red Dead Redemption 2 online, because I always see adverts for like new stuff that's been added to the game. I'm just like, I really want to play this more now
I've
because
still never played Red Dead Redemption
it's
2.
one of my
Red Dead
favorite
Redemption
games.
1. Red Dead Redemption 1 is probably, push comes to shove, my favorite game of all time.
Yeah, I think if you like Red Dead Redemption 1, you'll definitely like Red Dead Redemption 2, because even in the single player, there is just so much you can do and so many
Is it a
things
lot
happening.
more immersive, is it?
I would
And
say
like,
so, yeah,
yeah.
most definitely. And it's just like, I do prefer Arthur as a protagonist. I think he's probably Rockstar's best protagonist in my opinion, besides from Trevor.
Well, hopefully I should be getting a well, once lockdown subsides a bit and people are allowed to travel down and things
Mhm.
from a bit far, uh, MS, our very own Swinners, has said that I can have his.
Your PS4.
Yeah, his PS4.
Oh, lovely. And
Well,
and
I hope it's all right if he changes his mind, but it'd be awesome to just
yeah,
add that to another string to my bow. Speaking of adding another string to my bow, I've also downloaded Jackbox on stream.
yeah, boy.
Uh,
You're one of us, one of us.
One of us. One of us. I didn't have a very great day a few days ago. I was just annoyed at everything and everyone, and as a kind of bit of retail therapy, did the trick, shall we say? And I downloaded Jackbox 3 and Jackbox 5, and I think Jackbox 5 is the one that has a Madverse City on it,
Yeah.
which, as you know, if you're a regular viewer of this podcast, I am quite good at, if I do say so myself.
I'm shite. I'm absolutely shy.
No,
I'm
not
very
that- I'm not that
uninspired
great
when
at
it
But
comes
I
into
just
the
have,
game.
it's just nice to put my songwriting skills to the test, I guess.
Mm.
And Quiplash, obviously, on Jackbox 3, along with Murder Trivia Pie.
Yeah.
And cheers, yeah, I got it. I didn't get it off Steam. I got it off this game code site
All
that
right.
you, that you directed me to. So cheers for that.
No props. Yeah, fair. I think the most common places I know where to get keys, CD keys and G2A. Those are usually pretty good. If anybody ever wants to go on and find like graphics cards, which is something I need to do next. And all I need really is just a graphics card that helps support my VR headset, because it says like the recommended minimal recommended graphics card is at least a 1060. So I want to just get something above that, so it doesn't have to be like the latest, ray tracing or something like that card. It can just be like a 1060 or a 1070. So it's just trying to find a reasonably priced graphics card, because the bids on eBay are just, they're staggering.
Well, I mean, mate, like with Jackbox trying to stream it, it's quite a challenge because it's quite laggy and choppy.
Yeah.
And it's my Mac. It is obviously my MacBook. Trying to run Streamlabs and Jackbox on this one little MacBook is hemorrhaging it slightly.
I think what would be good is if there is a program that allows you to optimize it so that you can work with it better.
Jackbox?
Yeah. So you can run with it better.
I could probably do a bit of digging into that, but essentially, it's in the back of my mind about getting a new PC just for streaming purposes, because streaming, it's kind of been doing my head in a lot of it, which is why I haven't been streaming as much, because it's just so much effort to boot Streamlabs up and make sure there's, my camera's in sync. But I have managed to optimize it more by using studio mode a lot more.
Yeah,
It's an underrated thing, with
I'm
Streamlabs, is
using
that
it
you
right
can
now.
use studio mode to kind of let your donations pop up and everything. I'm still struggle with my alerts on occasion,
Yeah.
but if you leave it open long enough, they'll kind of boot up a bit. So I think really the main thing is camera
Mm.
and audio quality.
Yeah.
I still need to um this is my new webcam, for example, that I'm broadcasting through, and it's the frame rate's pretty good compared to my regular inbuilt MacBook camera, but it's still not brilliant in terms of lighting.
Mm. Yeah, I think the only like at the moment the only thing that messes up with my lighting is the blazing sun today. But I can't complain really.
Oh, we're gonna have curtain gate part
I
2.
can't be asked for that. It's just people can just see my angelic
Yeah.
face instead.
But yeah, just to wrap up on Ark anyway. So you also encounter predators, obviously. And there was one occasion where I built an amazing raft, and I was going along with a Sarco, which is like a big crocodile that Harrison was piloting. And we went through this little kind of what do you call it? Like a quarry type thing.
Mm.
And then all of a sudden we all got attacked by these raptors, and one of them was an alpha raptor, which is like the most deadly predator in the game. And so it's just my luck, really.
Oh
You
wow.
die a lot in Ark, so that's something you have to get used to, really.
So
And
I've
also, I
heard,
got
yeah.
attacked by a Carnotaur thing. One of those things with one of those T-Rex type things with a horn. Completely
Oh,
unprovoked.
I think so. Do you ever remember
On
that
the
Disney
sessions
movie
I
called
was just doing just
Dinosaurs?
now.
Wasn't there like
Sorry, what were you saying?
wasn't there like an old Disney or
Yeah,
Pixar
Dinosaur. It
movie?
was one of the first films I watched in the cinema. It was like I want to say DreamWorks.
Yeah, I think it was DreamWorks, and
Mm.
it had Carnosaurs in that as the main villains,
It
didn't
did,
it?
yeah, as the main villain. Yep.
Yeah.
I
Blast from the
can't
past.
remember if I actually saw that film ever again after leaving the cinema.
Yeah, same.
It was one of the first films I ever watched in the cinema. So.
It faded so much into obscurity, I found.
And you also do things like in Ark, like building kind of water reservoirs, so it's proper involved,
Yeah.
And presumably make sure berries don't get spoiled. You make narcotic arrows to drug animals and things,
Yeah.
so that you can tame them. It's all very involved. But if you do fancy jumping into the Novena Arc, if you wish, then do follow Novena on Twitter at Novena Band UK. They don't just do art; they do a bunch of stuff. They do games and like musician writing sessions, but they're all fantastic bunch of lads, and they helped me out a lot last year. So yeah, go and follow them on Twitter.
All right, I will. So that's great. Okay. What is that the best way to segue into thing to segue? What
I
have we
don't
got on
know
the list?
really. I guess
Nothing really.
I guess we could. This wasn't on the agenda, but it's something that I forgot was happening. I don't know if it's this weekend or is it the weekend after? Is the Royal Rumble?
Oh yes. Okay. Did you see the announcement that WWE did with the three next places they're going to be doing WrestleMania at? So this year is going to be back in Tampa with the pirate theme. The year after that, I think, is in Texas, 2022, and then after that, it's in the SoFlo Stadium in LA. So that's
no, I didn't see that.
so it's going Hollywood again. Yeah, it was like a funny little promo they did. Triple H and Stephanie were like posing as news reporters, and you had people like Sasha Banks and John Cena, and they even did a little catering to the "You Can't See Me" meme with John Cena saying "We can't see you," that sort of thing. So
right.
it was quite funny. So give that a watch.
I'll give that a watch. With the Rumble, I'm just so our lads over at the Predetermined podcast kind of that pretty much covered all of it, and I was actually did a guest spot on it. It was weird last week. We kind of did a big swap around. Tom filled in for me because I completely forgot what the time was, and KB had to draft.
That's
in
why
Tom
you were the one who had
week.
to come up with the sponsor. It was your punishment.
Yeah, it's my punishment. But yeah, kudos to Tom again for filling in for me last week. Absolute legend. And I had to actually fill in for one of his mates on the Predetermined podcast last weekend, where we kind of covered the Rumble. But essentially, I am so out of the loop with the product at the moment, WWE.
Same. I mean,
it's been a long while since I've watched it regularly. I know that Drew McIntyre is still champion and Roman Reigns is Universal Champion,
Hmm.
but apparently Drew got COVID, so he might not even be able to defend his title at the Rumble, which is
Yes.
a bit of a shame.
So hopefully he stays onto it and doesn't vacate it.
But
Which,
so I thought, I guess what we could talk about is like, I don't know, favorite Rumble moments in history.
oh yeah, I like that. Okay, favorite Rumble moments. I think if the thing that comes to the top of my mind is any time Kofi Kingston has kept himself in the Rumble. You've got the pancakes, you've got the handstand, you've got, I think, didn't New Day catch him outside the ring and then bring him back in?
Yeah.
So you got
Well,
loads
he
of those
had him on
moments.
the chair. The one that was my favorite was him on the chair.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No. That wasn't my favorite. No, the one that was my favorite was from 2000 and the 2000, I think, 11 Rumble.
What
I think
happened?
it was. And he walked on his hands with his legs, like he did a handstand walk to the ring
I think that
when he
was
was outside of it.
I think
It was
that
the 40-man Rumble where Alberto Del Rio won.
I think that was 2012, wasn't it? Because I think
Oh, it might have been 2012.
2011 was when John Morrison he landed on the barricade and then he climbed himself up onto it and then
You
jumped
sure
back
it
into the
wasn't
ring.
2010? Oh, whatever.
I don't think
Years
so.
blend into one nowadays.
Possibly, I could be wrong, but
My sense of time has been totally lost by spending it in lockdown, so it's you know.
my other favorite,
But yeah, you know, Kofi's moments were always great. I feel
R-Truth
like
getting a ladder to go up for a briefcase or a title and realizing there's nothing there and getting chucked out.
oh god,
Uh,
yeah, true. Is he even still there? I don't even know.
I don't know.
You know, fair share of returns. AJ Styles coming into the
Yes.
Fed at number 3. I know we had to look at Roman Reigns' kind of stupid, gormless face. Thanks, Kevin Dunn. Whilst he was making his entrance until it eventually cut back to him.
Yeah.
But that was a nice surprise. It's usually at number 3 because Bubba Ray Dudley returned at number 3 as well.
He did, yeah. So,
Yeah.
like, in terms of returns, like, Edge has had some great returns, especially the latest one.
Edge's return last year at the
Yeah,
Rumble,
and even
which,
the one
I
in
was
2010.
just so blown. I didn't watch it myself, but I remember watching it, reading what was happening at the time, going, "Oh my god, really?
Yeah, and
Seriously?" Because he retired with a super bad neck injury that could have paralyzed him if he'd have continued. You
yeah,
know? And he was just definitely not going to wrestle again. There was no way. And so the fact that he returned 10 years after he retired, seemingly, you know, obviously, I wouldn't say impervious, but like, you know, he's definitely built up his kind of strength again and got into ring shape again quite well. I don't know how he's done since he returned last year. I think he had one match with Randy Orton, then kind of left again.
Dare I say it, the 2004 Royal Rumble, that was one of my favorite Royal Rumbles.
Oh yeah. That was when
Chris Benoit.
Daniel Puter, Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero, and Kurt Angle all enacted revenge on Daniel Puter.
Yeah,
for ribbing Kurt Angle in the middle of the ring.
that's true. Yeah.
Was it 2004 Rumble or was it 2005 when John Cena and Batista fell out the ring at the exact same time?
Oh, that was brilliant! And then that was
Vince
2005.
McMahon angrily stormed to the ring. This was like I guess this was non.
And in the process,
tore both of his quadriceps on the way to the ring.
That was just a huge calamity. You know, like when you go strike 1, strike 2, strike 3. You know,
it was quite a priceless moment, really.
Yeah.
And then you had Cena's return in 2007, like ahead of schedule at Madison
Yeah,
Square Garden.
that really surprised people, and I love the setup of that Rumble. It was very old school. Undertaker's win as well, because I thought it was just a match in itself. Shawn and Undertaker as the last two people.
Oh yeah, that was brilliant. When it was the Rumble that Edge returned at in 2010, I want to say, and then Shawn got knocked out of the ring by Batista, and he was like devastated because he wanted to face the Undertaker at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
and then he at Elimination Chamber he deliberately cost Taker the title versus Jericho.
Yeah, I think that was 2 years later, wasn't it? The Royal Rumble in this one was Shawn Michaels faced John Cena at WrestleMania afterwards, didn't he? And
that got Nit Sudge in the comments saying my favorite Royal Rumble moment is Dude Love, Mankind, and Cactus Jack all being in the same match. Yeah, the three faces of Foley.
Yeah. Who had the weirdest elimination? Because off the top of my head, I've got Yokozuna eliminating Bret Hart for one.
Mm. Oh, I think that one of the ones that springs to mind is Randy Savage pinning Yokozuna,
Oh no,
and
yeah,
then
yeah. Sorry, I don't know why I
and
said
then
Bret Hart. It was
and
Randy
then it was
Savage.
oh, is that the one you're thinking of?
Yeah, he pinned
And
him
then
and
it
then he
was
pushed him off and he just went.
Gorilla Monsoon trying to cover out, going, "No, there's no pins in the Rumble," and I'm like, "Oh, for God's sake, Randy Savage." He also at one point Randy Savage jumped over the rope to go and chase after someone, and
Yeah,
then went back into the ring,
yeah,
like, and wasn't kicked out for it.
yeah.
Those
Who's
were in the days where I guess the Rumble ideas weren't fully fleshed out yet, I guess,
yeah. I do
or,
love
or adhered to solidly, you know.
I do love Stone Cold's elimination of Kane in I think it was the 2001 Royal Rumble when he won it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because he hit him with a chair like twice, didn't he? And then just
Mm.
just clothesline him out. I thought that was
That
just
was that Mania,
that
wasn't it, as well?
that was brutal.
X7.
Yeah,
I think like the one that does spring to mind, which is kind of overlooked, is when Heath Slater eliminated Sheamus after not even a second, like half a second. Sheamus got into the ring, and as soon as he got in under the ropes onto the ring, Heath Slater clotheslined him out.
yeah,
That was quite priceless.
yeah.
And Santino also getting eliminated like as soon as he got in the ring.
If it
I love
does count,
eliminations like that.
if it does count, Titus O'Neil slip into under the
Yeah,
ring.
well, technically it was a Royal Rumble, wasn't it?
I don't. Was
Just
that? I think that wasn't a work, was it? It actually happened.
oh,
It was
but well,
discovered.
the thing is, the way WWE kind of exploited that moment afterwards and like beat the ever loving piss out of it until it was just not funny anymore makes
Hmm.
me think there was a slight work element about it. But
Yeah.
like, I don't know.
Did that
You never know with these things, do you?
did that Heath Slater moment happen before or after Sheamus beat Daniel Bryan for the heavyweight championship?
This was when Sheamus had his mohawk. It was in his
Ah,
mohawk phase. So, and I think this was after League of Nations, I think.
ah,
But
karma.
so yeah, it did happen after he beat Daniel Bryan in like a couple of seconds to
That
win the
was
title at Mania.
Yeah, that was tragic. Um, it's one of the ones that I always go back to, and it's just a battle royal. It's not Royal Rumble. It's when Kurt Angle eliminated Mark Henry in the SmackDown 20-man battle royal after Batista had to forfeit the championship back in
Oh, the one I remember.
2006.
It's one of the first memories because we never got the Royal Rumble or got any pay-per-views when I was younger.
Yeah,
But back in 2003, when Booker T eliminated The Rock in the Raw Battle Royal
yeah.
to get a spot against Triple H in the at WrestleMania, and we all know how that went, sadly. But
Oh yeah, so underutilized, wasn't he? What was
but
the other?
that was a great moment, I thought, and that was yeah, that wasn't necessarily a Royal Rumble, but just the Battle Royale format in general is something that's timeless to me. You know,
I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I put a bet, and this is one thing you should never do is bet on WWE because these betters know already what's going to happen. I mean, when Zack Ryder won the Intercontinental Championship, the betting stakes were so for Zack Ryder winning that it actually spoiled the ending for me. Because so I knew that it was going to happen because the betting site knew it was going to happen. But it was the most. I think it was on Paddy Power, and it was like the most eliminations. But I voted Braun Strowman, and he tied with I think it was Roman Reigns, as a top. So I didn't get my winnings for some reason, but it was like the most eliminations. But they both won. So how the hell does that work? They just voided my bet completely. It was just
no, I don't.
it was
Well,
ridiculous.
no, it's weird. I find people, no offense, but I find people who bet on wrestling a bit weird,
I was
considering it's
yeah.
like a predetermined sport.
Yeah,
You know?
I think I was like 19 or 20, so I was just new to betting in general. Nowadays, I just bet 5p on football specific outcomes and things.
Accumulators and things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, so in terms of this year's Royal Rumble, I don't know who's going to win, and I don't really particularly care, to be honest. I even a Roman Reigns heel turn, which has been a thing for about a year now, nearly, can't bring me back to watching the products, and that's saying something. You know,
Yeah.
we've gone into how WWE have treated their employees over the past year or so.
That's always the thing that will keep me from watching it religiously these days because it's just that those backstage politics which kind of ruin it for me, which is why AEW feel a bit bad for not watching that more religiously. Like I catch up with it, but I feel like I need to have I want to watch it week after week because it has some great things that happen. Like even the tribute to Brody Lee as well. I thought that was one of the most wholesome moments that they've had. It was just
I've never
brilliant.
watched AEW. I'm gonna probably see if I can get into it this year. Just because I don't know. I still have a thing in the back of my. Well, I still listen to wrestling podcasts. That's the thing, and the longer it goes on without me watching, the less references that I get that they'll make. So
yeah, I know what you mean.
I know, and I know a lot of people in my Discord are wrestling fans, and a lot of people we know are wrestling fans still. So
Yeah.
but
Okay.
yeah, just the Rumble in general is always one of the few pay-per-views I watch in the calendar when it comes along, and I believe Bees is doing a watch along of it on his channel.
Yeah.
So that'd be cool.
All right. Sounds good. All right. So shall we segue that into the bad tattoos? I think that's probably the one
We
thing.
could segue into into other sports
Oh
related news,
yeah,
I
yeah.
guess.
Fair enough. Okay.
Considering wrestling is technically a sport, in that we finally seemingly got rid of Mesut Ozil.
Yes. Get in.
And I mentioned a few weeks back that things had got so bad for us by then. Things are still quite bad. We just got knocked out by Southampton in the bloody FA Cup. But our league forms generally kind of turned around since we brought in what do you call it? Since we brought in Smith Rowe and Saka.
Yeah, of course. Saka's he's been in good form as of late.
He has, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean,
just getting rid of some bots in the chat. Sorry about that. Yeah, and but in general, ever since he joined Mesut, he was one of those players, right? He was always a luxury purchase, right?
mhm.
And when we signed him from Real Madrid, we thought we'd signed like a world-class superstar. And he showed the odd glimpses here and there. And he did turn up sometimes when it mattered most, like take the FA Cup final against Chelsea, for example.
Yeah.
When we won 2-1. He turned up and absolutely I'm not talking about the one where Aubameyang scored twice last year, but because he wasn't playing. But the one before where we beat Chelsea, and he was absolutely spectacular.
Yeah.
And he had the odd flashes, brilliant goals as well, like against Levski Sofia in the Champions League a few years ago. But in general, his as descent kind of set in really with him, and we dropped further down the table. He had this weird kind of
Cloud over his head.
aura about him all of a sudden, where like he develops like a band of like rabid cult like followers who would like just defend every decision he ever made, and he would make snide digs at the club for not playing him.
Well, I mean,
And no player is ever bigger than the club, no matter how,
yeah.
from my experience, no player is ever should be bigger than the club.
Oh, not even Kepa.
Not even what?
Not even Kepa.
Yeah, Kepa. Yeah, but like, and in general, I'm not going to shed many tears for Özil leaving. He was top quality when we first signed him, and then he just never turned up enough for my mind. And call me, I don't know, fair weather or whatever you like, but that's just from my personal. I've been to games, I've seen Özil play. He would be so frustrating to watch, and then he would do one thing that was brilliant, and then he would be so frustrating to watch for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
I can actually say that I have actually seen Özil's last league match in an Arsenal shirt. I was at the last game before we went into lockdown at the Emirates with against West Ham, where we won 1-0, and he actually got the assist for Lacazette that game.
Yeah.
But in general, it's like, you can't have a player that's on such a great amount of weight. And you can blame Ivan Gazidis, I think, for catering to his ridiculous demands, right?
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, players from our experience, they get so lackadaisical once they're on such a great wedge, and that's exactly what happened to him.
Yeah.
He just was never the same player after he got that contract.
It's one of those things where you don't want your player to just show up in one big game. You want them to show up consistently, and that's the big problem that I see with Özil. Like, I remember the Europa, not last year, the year before, where people were wondering when he's when he's going to show up, and it's again it's a bit of redemption, but at the same time he's got to show there's some reputation with the manager that comes with being selected for games. It's it's the same case with Mourinho. Dele Alli dropped in performance for a long time, and Mourinho was getting sick of it, so he wanted Dele Alli to start from the ground up again. Mature himself a bit, go up more. But I think he hasn't seen enough in Dele Alli to warrant him a place on the starting lineup compared to the other players that have been putting out some some stellar performances. Yeah, like, who have we got in our midfield at the moment? We've got Lo Celso's out at the moment, but when he has played, he has delivered. And Ndombele has been absolutely sensational. One of the key players this season for us. Højbjerg, absolute midfield general, has improved our defense greatly. Sissoko, even he can really command that midfield when he can. He's a bit of a flawed player, I find, Sissoko, but there are times when he does really work hard to get on. But sometimes I think I suspect that he's one of those players that does tend to want to protect the lead, which is not something. I think it's just because we beat Sheffield 3-1. I think we still need to be cautious about that mentality. One game's not going to mean that we're going to treat every game like that. When push comes to shove, we've got to make sure that we just press with good intelligence of what's happening throughout the game in order to protect that lead, not just drop back. And I think that's a huge.
You went on a bit of a rant last week, didn't you, with Tom?
Yeah, I did.
Tottenham's form.
I don't regret anything I said. I mean,
No.
I that came from the heart, and I think
it's good to blow off steam once in a while about how shit your team. I mean, God knows, I've just given up with getting angry at them because I just know their shit.
Yeah, I remember I just didn't watch the full Fulham game. I think I went into it later on, and I was watching TV with Katie, and I remember seeing on my phone, 1-0 Tottenham. Oh, how long do you think it'll be until Fulham score? And then 74th minute they come and score. I'm like, see, what did I fucking tell you? When you see Tottenham actually get 2-0 up, you think, actually they've got a bit of a more attacking mindset this game, so that's good. But when it's 1-0 for ages, that there's just going to be a change. And I gotta hand it to Ndombele. Did you see his chip shot goal against Sheffield?
No, I haven't. I heard it was quite good.
It was fantastic. And it still doesn't. Sorry,
bless you.
It still doesn't beat Harry Winks's goal from the halfway line. That's got to be my goal of the season so far. But Ndombele's is pretty close as well as the double header in the Burnley game as well. That's another good one. But yeah, I think Tottenham probably saw the podcast and thought, we need to impress this guy, otherwise he's going to leave us. So thank you, and also thank you for following on Facebook, David A. Lopez. I don't know how that. Oh yeah, I forgot it's connected to my Facebook. That caught me off guard then.
Anyway, how old is Dele Alli again?
Is he 24 or 25?
You see, so he's still young, right? Mesut Ozil's 32 years old.
Yeah.
And it is about time we bring in some new attacking talent. And we do have our eye on Martin Ødegaard from Real Madrid, who he's kind of been frozen out of the Madrid team, but he seems like the exact sort of player we need, really.
Mm-hmm.
Great kind of central attacking midfielder who we're crying out for, especially now. Our B team just is not good enough. We also got rid of Socrates by mutual consent, which I think is the first time in Arsenal history it's ever happened. that we've terminated a player's contract by mutual consent. But he was another player who was just not cut out for it in the end. You know, he had great aggression and aggressive tendencies, you know, and drive, but he was just hopeless, Socrates, in the end.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, Erdegaard, and also we made a weird, really out of the blue, completely left field, no announcement whatsoever about it being reported by the papers. We signed Matt Ryan on loan from Brighton.
He's a
Brighton
decent player, isn't he?
goalkeeper.
Yeah,
And he didn't play today in the FA Cup, but you know, he got me a few fantasy points a few last season or season before. So you know, and he's a good shot stopper. He's just there's a Brighton fan in our in the Mosh Talks Discord who was saying that his distribution's quite poor and he's quite inconsistent. So that's why he was kind of frozen out of the team. And you know,
you can't put him in a big game like that.
I don't like, you know, we've already got a goalkeeper whose distribution is quite poor in Leno. So I don't really. I hope it's not the case that we've signed another one.
Yeah, so far I took advantage of the wild cards that I got this week, and so far I put in Guaita as a goalkeeper.
So we moved on to FIFA now, have we?
Just quickly, just to mention, because it does revolve around players and changing performances. So Guaita, Ruben Dias, because Man City have they've stepped up a lot more than before. Gundogan. Finally put in Ndombele. I don't know what took me so long to put him in my team. Cavani I've put in because he has been showing up for Man U as well. I put Shea Adams in here as well because I think he seems to be getting more games than Ings at the moment. I've still got Cody on the bench. I've got James Maddison because I think there's always comparisons between him and Grealish, and I think James Maddison is in that sense he's very underrated because he's a top.
Maddison's a terrific player.
Guy. Yeah, he's brilliant.
I'd love to have him at Arsenal personally.
He's just got that flair about him. Like you see a lot of his goals this season, and they're fantastic.
Yeah,
it's not a one-time thing.
Yeah, I mean, getting in Matt Ryan is good, I think, because it allows Runarsson an opportunity to go out on loan.
Yeah,
and get some experience. You know, because he's just not ready for the first team, Runarsson, yet. How about you said last night to me that there's talk of Gareth Bale's loan not being extended by
yeah,
by
so
Jose.
I will bear with me a second. I've got it here. So there's the Kim Min Jae transfer bid, but
hi G Dub, by the way, welcome.
Sending Gareth.
Hope you're well, mate.
So the independent headline is Tottenham sending Gareth Bale back to Real Madrid is easy decision, claims Berbatov. Okay. So he said,
I mean, what are your own personal, whilst this is kind of loading up, what are your own personal feelings about your fellow countryman?
I think
his second stint.
I think he's got one. You know, he needs to build up his fitness, but I think he's still got a lot to give. I can understand from a financial perspective that it would be hard to keep him because they're still paying off his wages. And if Bale stays at Tottenham, he'd probably have to agree to a wage cut. But I think based on the happiness he's been having at Tottenham, then I think he would be more than likely to accept that pay cut. I mean, he owns businesses in Cardiff like the Eleven's Bar and Grill and things like that. So it's not like he has a small influx of money coming in. So I don't think money's an issue for him. Like that's the thing that people argue all the time. It's like, how are they going to pay his wages?
In terms of performances, though, since he rejoined, like, how would you rate his second stint?
Well, I think the thing is he hasn't really had a chance to play because Mourinho he'll start Bergwijn and then he'll move on to Lucas Moura, which, in my opinion, Lucas Moura hasn't been relatively the same player that he was. Whoop, stupid ad. Yeah. The same player he was in the Champions League in 2019. He's just it's something where he doesn't really find much space to make maneuvers, or only in like Europa League games has he done that. But Gareth Bale, I think people are judging him on the fact that he missed that West Ham chance, which it happens. Bergwijn's done the same in big games, and he's starting for the team. So I think it is a bit unfair. I think Jose is probably easing him in rather than going, oh, you're just going to start straight away. But the difference. He came in with Reguilon, for example, and Reguilon already proved that when he's loaned out to another club, that he can. It's not just about being a part of Real Madrid. He doesn't just deliver for a big team or Real Madrid. He can deliver wherever he goes, and that's why I think there was a lot more confidence in starting Reguilon, and just the sheer attack prowess that we've got with him is fantastic. And there is, I feel like one of the things that did convince Jose to bring him in was the fact that it does create competition for Bergwijn and Lucas, because you've got another big right winger there. There's 3 right wingers there, and only one of them can start. So you all got to compete. It's like when Matt Doherty came in as a right back, and then that said to Aurier, "Oh, I need to improve now if I want to start," and thus he did. Harry Kane, I think we do need at least another striker, another top striker, if we're gonna increase performance. But that's another thing. I think Carlos Vinicius, I think he's been delivering very well as well. I think he's a very mature player, and I'd love to keep him. I think he's going to be a bit expensive, so I think that's why we're kind of looking at budget top strikers. But I think, in terms of Gareth Bale, I don't think we've been playing him as much as we should. We could have played him against Sheffield, but we didn't. And it's strange to me that in games like that he doesn't get a chance to play.
He doesn't get a game, yeah.
Yeah.
It's an odd, because he seems like I feel like he could have hit the ground running at Tottenham, and it hasn't really happened in the way you would expect it to. I don't know whether Jose just doesn't have faith in older players.
I think Jose is very much that's good, but you can do better kind of person. He won't say you are exceptional to someone all the time. He will keep on saying you need to do this right, you need to do that right.
Mascot lockdown is an ideal opportunity for
in terms of us, I mean, we just need a central attacking midfielder, a competent one. We
Yeah.
need to get rid of Pepe and Willian, because I feel like this Southampton game now has just been the last straw for me with those two. I don't care about how much our losses have to be cut by getting rid of Pepe. It just needs to happen, because he is just a lost cause at this point. I'm just going to put it out there. He's 72 million pounds worth of dead weight, and it kills me to say that, because I really wanted him to do well. And we kind of knew Willian wasn't going to work out by, his age and the fact that he was on such great a wedge for his age. I just kind of saw disaster coming a mile off, really.
Mm-hmm.
But Pepe, I mean, he's a lost cause. He's a busted flush.
Oh yeah.
And I just hope that he can get regular football, because he hasn't even been playing that regularly. But also, I hope he can set I hope he finds his level, should we say, because the Premier League and Premier League football clearly is not it.
That's why I always get confused when it comes to market value and things like that. Someone, a winger from the Ligue 1, or I don't know how to even pronounce it. Liga. Yeah, Liga. It is gonna be they're going to perform differently in that process to adapt in the Premier League, because the Premier League, it's not only a different style, but it's a hell of a lot more competitive, because you look at the gap between PSG, who would be at the top, consistently at the top, and the bottom of that league, and there is a huge gap.
There's a massive gulf.
Same with the La Liga and Bundesliga, Serie A probably not as much. That I've seen.
I don't know about Bundesliga, but Bayern have kind of won it several times. I mean, Serie A, Juventus just win it every single year.
Yeah, but you still got Atalanta and players like that.
Honestly, I think the Premier League is one of the most competitive in the world.
Yeah, it's why it's so unpredictable.
And I think there's too many exports from these leagues that have no competitiveness that we've drafted in
Yeah.
that don't know how to be competitive.
Hmm.
If that makes sense. It might seem harsh me saying that, but like you cannot rest on your laurels if you're in a Premier League team, especially one of our stature, you know,
Yeah. James Maddison, his
and
interview,
legacy, you know.
that he had after the Chelsea game was quite interesting because he said that the next game that they play is the most important game, and that is the mentality that he wants to have. Like every following game is the most important. It's not winning the league is most important. It's important that we win this match and this match, and it's that I just
tell
found
you what,
that really.
Leicester really could be dark horses, you know. in the
Yeah, I
title
think
race,
so. I think there are times when the defense just falls to pieces, but then they've got some really good options with Maddison. Vardy's out for a bit now, isn't he?
He
So
is out for a bit, I know, yeah. But
unfortunately,
also Liverpool, what is going on there? Like, you know, they've just
yeah.
lost to Burnley. They can't hit a barn door at the moment.
Yeah, Trent
It's all
Alexander-Arnold.
it's all going a bit tits up for old Jurgen.
Trent Alexander-Arnold was considered one of the best right backs in the world. Not like
Left
just
backs.
last year.
I think he's the left back, isn't he?
No, Robertson's the left back.
Oh, Robertson's the left back.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Robertson like Robertson's really good at the moment, but Alexander-Arnold, yeah, he's just his pass completion, all that kind of stuff was great when they won the league. And for some reason he can't complete the passes as well as he did. I know Jota is still injured, isn't he? I think.
Yeah, they just don't. I mean, and you know, Firmino's just misfiring all over the place, and there's questions about his future as well.
Yeah.
It's bizarre, really. You know, that if you think about it, the top four at the moment, we have
Man U, Man City, Leicester.
Man U, Man City, Leicester, Liverpool, Tottenham, just outside of it. But you
Yeah.
know, Liverpool in fourth, and they haven't won in 5 games. Liverpool, which is hard to believe.
Yeah, because they also lost. They also drew with Fulham, didn't they? And it's like there is. I'm hoping
Man
that we
City
can come
are,
back
are the biggest informed team
at the moment.
Man
Yeah.
United. I have no idea why how the hell Man United are top of the league.
Yeah.
Because I just don't think they have that good a team.
I think,
quite frankly,
from my point of view, I think they will be at the top for a little bit, and then I think somewhere they'll just fall down again. You know?
Gary Neville saying, "Go for it," sort of thing.
Yeah, but I think Pogba's in quite good form at the moment, but I think he's just, you see it with Pogba, he just drops again and again. And when that happens, they just fall to pieces.
I think it's probably Man City's to lose at this point.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, that's why I'm hoping that we do get some. In our case, I think as soon as we sort out Son's contract, because that's still up in the air at the moment, and you know, that we get past the January transfer, things will be less. Things will be more transparent, so we'll be in a good situation to play a good game against Man City in the finals of the Carabao. And
I mean, Villa could still be in the mix, you know. I feel they've got like about 3 or 4 games in hand.
Yeah, they need to catch up, and they need to give us 3 points for fuck's sake. Because at the moment we're fifth, we should be fourth.
I mean, our form has been relatively good since the turn of the year. I'm quite, you know, I mean, it's mainly thanks to Saka and Smith Rowe. Those two just do not ever even think about selling those two or breaking up their partnership or anything.
Yeah.
You know, because as today has proved, you know, things go wrong without those two running the show. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
They've even got Aubameyang scoring again, which I didn't think would ever happen this season.
Yeah, and the good thing is now, like, if we do have Harry Kane injured or something, we can at least have a striker to back him up in Vinicius. Now, I haven't seen Vinicius as much in the Premier League compared to these smaller games. I hope he does get some sort of chance in the Premier League at some point, because he's going to need that experience. But I have no doubt that he's really, from what I've seen, he's really good at finding his spaces, and his finishing is top notch. So I have good hopes on him. And he's got some pace on him as well, and he's
personally,
good at
I just can't wait for this season to finish.
Yeah, it is a gloomy season for you. I can understand.
I know we're still in the Europa League, but we're not going to win that.
Yeah. In,
Not with the squad we have, you know. So basically, that was basically our last real opportunity at getting silverware this season over and done with in an instant.
Uh,
Round 4. I mean,
yeah.
it's pretty pathetic. You know, I can't remember the last time we got eliminated at round 4. It was probably against Notts Forest.
I found it funny that
Sorry, Nottingham Forest. Can't call them Notts Forest. Michael will have a shit fit.
I found it funny when we were facing Marine and people were watching Gareth Bale play from outside their bedroom windows. It was brilliant.
Mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mad.
In other news, there's like rumors and stuff. There's apparently like a transfer bid for Kim Min Jae, which I don't think he's not that proven, but it would give us more defensive options. So I'd be up for that. And Rodon is already showing some promise in the team, so that's good. Ben Davis isn't great as a centre back, but he's better as a left back. I've been seeing.
Yeah. We basically just need to get rid of more Deadwood before we start bringing more people in, I would say.
Yeah.
We still, inexplicably, we still have Mustafi on our books. And we still have... We got so Saliba, Kolasinac, Socrates, they've all gone.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good. That clears up the wage bill a bit. But inexplicably, we still have Mustafi. We still have Chambers, who I mean, I just do not know with at this point where his future lies. You know, I think he probably has to just move on for the sake of his career, really.
You got Rob Holding being caught on the microphone. He's built like a brick shit house.
Built like a brick shit house. That's my favorite. Honestly, this entire season, that is my favorite thing that has happened with Arsenal.
Yeah, I love Kevin De Bruyne's. Look at the fucking line.
Yeah,
that was another good one.
I tell you what, when I'm gonna so miss that when crowds come back.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Eventually, just basically, we just need to get rid of the debt, which probably isn't going to happen until August. Let's face it. Next transfer window, and we just need more creativity.
Yeah,
more creativity. A decent free kick taker as well, and just more goals, really.
Yeah, I think for us the thing that just needs a tweak is the clinical finishing. Because our defense is okay. You know, we're one of the teams that conceded the least amount of goals. Dyer, he's performing averagely, but I think he does need a bit of a step up. Like he was great in the game against Chelsea, but now he's shown a slight bit of decline. Dele Alli, which is the last thing I'll go on to. I think seeing that Pochettino has now been a part of PSG, I think Dele Alli is more keen to move to PSG because he has reportedly asked Levy to leave the club on a permanent basis. Plus, he probably wants more game time. He probably wants a fresh start, and I think in terms of Poch was really good at bringing out some players' potentials, and then I think as some players got a bit too big for their boots, they started performing terribly for them. You know, Danny Rose is a big example of that. So it was hard for Poch to replace those sorts of players when the club wasn't backing him as much as they're backing Jose now. So I think I don't think it goes to show at the moment that Poch was not the problem at that point. I truly do not think Poch was the issue last season. But I wish him all the best with PSG because I'll always be a strong supporter of Poch. He got us from this side that was considered a mid-tier team, and he's got us into top 4 and things like that. And it's only soon I hope that the club can continue on and make some miracles happen. But we'll see.
Yes, we shall. I think the only thing I have to add is I've just looked at some of the Arsenal transfer rumours. So there's the Ødegaard approach. There's Buendia. Balogun. I want to tie up Balogun to a contract. I think he's a terrific young player, but sadly, I think he might leave on a free. And Tyrick Mitchell from Crystal Palace, who I don't know anything about, quite frankly. But there we go. That's the other one we've been linked with this week. So anyway, shall we move on to to another topic.
Yes. Should we look at some terribly orchestrated tattoos?
Well, this is all stemmed from I went for a walk this week with my sister, and I was discussing the possibility of finally getting tattoos, and maybe also dyeing my hair and getting some piercings potentially as well. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Like,
You're perfect
How-
just the way
how-
you are, Rob, by the way.
you what?
You're perfect just the way you are.
Oh, yes, please. What, Steph? What with me getting tattoos? Would you like or dyeing my hair? I mean, I mentioned dyeing my hair to my mum, and she was like, "No, hair's gonna fall out." I was like, "Really? Does your hair is your hair in danger of falling out if you dye it?" I don't know.
No idea. But either way, we're going to look at some of the internet's most biggest examples of bad tattoos, as our good friend Reddit tends to showcase to us. Oh, that's a terrible tattoo right there. Tattoo headphones. Not bloody hard to get confused. So there's a lot going on here.
Oh,
so this
God.
looks like I think that elephant has broken a bit of cartilage in its trunk,
Yeah.
or an oliphant has been chopped up by Legolas.
Mm.
That seems...
Oh, Steph was cheering at the topic change.
Ah,
She's
right.
fed up with the ball.
Yeah.
That's fair enough.
Sorry,
Right.
we do love our football on this channel. What the bloody like bitch is that?
I mean, that wouldn't be bad if it was like this big,
How many pants is he wearing,
You
by
know?
the way?
but a full back tattoo of that it just looks like he hasn't shaved his back.
It as well. If you zoomed in, if I zoomed in completely on that, you could not tell what it would look like. You know, you'd be like, "All right, can you work out what that tattoo is?" No. So it's not ideal.
Yeah.
You know, I think, I don't know, is that halfway between getting definition or... I mean, look, there's the wings. They're not even covering his whole body. And what's that? Is that an envelope that he can't move anywhere, so he hasn't been able to send it? Something along those lines. There's every A saint has passed. Is that right? Every
saint
has a past.
Oh, has our past.
But
right, okay.
But it's so badly orchestrated that it says every
Yeah,
A
it's
saint
every
has
A saint.
passed.
Do you know Hulk Hogan's one that he has on his arm?
No, Hulk Hogan.
It says I am that I am, right?
I am.
Yeah, look, there it is. It says I am that I am, but look what it actually looks like. How cursive the I is. It looks like it says jam that jam.
Jam that jam.
Credit to Wrestle Talk for that one. But reminds me of that. You got to be careful with cursive writing on tattoos, you know.
Smoke big crack. No,
Oh,
no, thank you. That doesn't look like a doobie. It just looks like a battery. And that just looks like it's been either branded on or carved in with a knife.
Yeah, it looks proper, like it's going to be infected or something.
Yeah, probably already is. Oh no!
Crack.
Is that what's that
like tip?
Just a tip? Is that supposed to be a 4-leaf clover or a set of teeth? I don't get it.
I imagine it's a 4-leaf clover,
but a 4-leaf penis.
But it looks like it's a chubby. You see the arms, like out the side, and the bit where the T is like the head.
But why is
and
this?
The bit where the P is the legs, and then that thing sprouting out is a protrusion of some kind, and then the fact that it says tip is a bit.
It looks like it says. Yeah, it looks like it says tip, but I think it says TLP, which I don't understand.
Oh, I don't know. Who knows what the context of some of these are?
Why is that on here?
No, that is awesome.
That's good. I love that.
Awesome, to be fair.
I love those tattoos with like the shade of red.
The building is slightly crooked, the top bit of the building, but that's a very nice piece.
Yeah, you could solidify that. I think. Yeah, they probably should have used a ruler, but that's own damn fault. I feel like, did he cheat on someone?
What?
Okay.
That is that. Look at the D. That's clearly someone's like, Oh, wrong place. Let's go over it again.
Do they put Tipp-Ex into these needles?
Yeah, Jesus.
Oh dear. Is that a mountain with nails? What's wrong with that?
No, that's all right. That's clearly a hand. Come on.
People are trying too hard now.
The people are trying too hard. Right.
Uh,
Again, that's
that's
awesome. To be
That's
fair.
awesome. I think it probably needs a bit more detail on the
It
body.
needs colouring in, maybe.
Yeah, but like you can't just say what zombie
That's a
Buscemi
zombie Christopher Walken.
or Buscemi. Yeah. good representation,
am
but like,
a
what's with the
zombie.
color? I am a zombie. I can't do Christopher Walken.
No, you can't do Chris. I
Um,
am a zombie. I hid this watch up my zombie ass for 2 years.
good old King of the Hill, right there.
Where's my purse? I don't know you.
I like that one.
That's brilliant.
I don't.
I mean, it does look a bit. That's Lady Gaga, isn't it?
Looks like it, yeah.
I think.
I'm gonna
That looks
tell
a
you.
bit like her, to be fair.
Tell you what, I'm gonna go to top posts of all time because people are like just seeing one floor and then going, "That's shit. That deserves to be on here," which just that's not the point.
Yeah, all right, okay.
People
so
trying to circle
top
jerk
post of all
likes.
time, right?
Supposed to be a galaxy, right? Okay, what have we got? If it'll load, what? That just looks like a growth. Remember the growth
It looks like a tumor. It looks like a tumor.
Do you remember Gillian
not
Hall
a
when?
tumor.
Do you remember where Gillian Hall when she had that growth on her face and Boogeyman bit it off? Back when she was like JBL's assistant.
Oh yeah, Gillian Hall's mole. Yeah,
Mole, yeah, big mole. It looks like
bitten off
that.
by the boogeyman.
Yeah, it looks like
Coming
that.
back to wrestling.
Callbacks.
Oh, no, that's not good.
Dude sure loves his turtle. You will never
Right, what does it
worry
say?
about being last, for OG will always be one step behind you.
Does it not say Isle?
Isle? It looks like OG.
With OG.
Or 69. Or 69 will be always one step behind you.
Oh dear. Yeah, again, cursive writing. The perils of cursive writing.
That's really long legs for a turtle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
I'm speechless. Oh no,
not this one. This is a classic.
Oh!
Why is it always Marilyn Monroe?
It's alive!
That's terrifying.
Oh my god. Oh dear.
Ay, ay, ay.
Concept looks so promising. Did it? That's something different entirely.
That's
Has he got a dick for a tongue? Looks like it. Like why
what's
is it?
wrong with its
Why is it?
ears?
It's just got a.
Why
Like,
does it look so terrified?
it's got
it
Shrek.
looks terrified. the poor
Shrek
thing.
ears, yeah, and then it's got a bell end on its tongue.
Yeah.
And then
And there's a map of Italy, and it's across. I don't get that.
yeah, I think
There's too few stars on the American flag, too few stripes. Sorry, and stars as well on the American flag.
I'd rather just have that, but not drawn in than that. Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
this is way too much.
It looks terrifying.
Scars don't heal. Hashtag Harambe. What?
I mean, you know, comedic tattoos like that, I can get, because clearly he's doing it for comedic effect. So I respect that.
But it looks like Harambe just like that was put in much
The hashtag
afterwards.
is massive.
The hashtag is massive. It doesn't fit in with Harambe.
Yeah.
My mother is the heart that keeps me alive. My mother is the heart that's.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's it. Oh no! Can you remove that S?
Hang on.
Say no more.
What S? My mother is that. Oh no. My mother is the heart that keep me alive. That keeps me alive. Grammatical mistake.
I'll allow it. The tattoo
You'll allow
artist.
that. Oh no.
Vape wolf.
Vape with a wolf.
I would
coming out of it.
never get a vape tattooed onto
I feel
me.
like that'd be right up your alley, KV.
Just a wolf,
A
yeah.
vape with a wolf coming out. Of
I'd
it.
rather a real vape.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Dog tits. I guess dog tits are allowed on Twitch, I suppose. Oh, you can't really see anything. Oh, right, I see. It just looks like he's been.
That's just upsetting.
It just
That
looks.
really is
It
just
just looks
quite
like he's been
upsetting.
attacked by an octopus.
All right.
Rest in peace, Grandma. Okay.
That is a huge tattoo.
Oh, so it made his roommates laugh.
Oh, that's a bit harsh.
I remember.
Let's move on, shall we?
Yeah, Phoenix Rising.
I think that's quite nice. Yeah.
Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash.
No. Joni Cash. His fringe is quite massive,
I just think.
and his nose he's got a broken nose.
I mean, I don't want to make any assumptions, but this side is getting all droopy.
Do you think the tattoo artist made him hurt
Mm-hmm.
by drawing that?
He put him in a ring of fire.
Yes. Oh god. He walked the line, the tattoo line. Oh, never mind.
That is
I've exhausted my Johnny Cash puns.
Some terrible anatomy. Where are his feet? And just he's just had too many McDonald's Big Macs. It seems.
Yeah, too many sausage and eggs McMuffin. Muffins.
Oh dear.
See, now I'm leaving off S's off the word. Is that bloody
Ah!
No, that is terrifying.
That is someone who just like will sit. A Jeremy Kyle contestant.
I just noticed that the back of his head, the little tufts of hair that are left, are acting as the eyebrows.
Yeah. Okay. It's clever.
And the bottom bit is acting as the tash. That is.
I feel like he could just like get away with sleeping or something like that.
Oh Jesus Christ!
A tattoo guy. Isn't that just a drawing?
That's just not Darth Vader, is it?
No, it's
That is like
Darth
a
Vader.
clan member with a sword.
Those are the weird. That's like the worst. Six pack.
I mean,
that looks like loose skin after you just lost a lot of weight really fast.
Yeah.
You know when that
Bad
happens?
drawings of people. This is why I would probably never get a tattoo of an actual, like a portrait tattooed.
Yeah.
Someone, because again, case in point with that one that you just scrolled past.
This one.
Yeah.
Looks like Magnum PI stepped into a tribe.
You know?
The American Eagle.
Oh God.
It's just people can't like, oh, squiggly line.
I mean, you get what you're paid for, I suppose. You know.
Till death do us pant.
I love him too. Well, for one thing, I'm pretty sure it's one L in till.
Yeah.
Unless you're, I don't know, obsessed with money.
I love him.
Cash registers.
I love him. Give me all your money.
Yeah.
Riley and Isaac. Who's that for?
Yeah.
Riley Reid.
Team Miracles.
Is that a lamb? Oh, it looked like a pork chop or something.
Miracles and Ting. In it, blood.
Ting go scrap.
Ting Miracles go scrap.
K Ace K. The Ace of Kings.
I don't know.
Why?
Ace of Kings.
Why would you need to put Ace in there?
You can't have an Ace of Kings, can you? Like, that's the whole point. It's
that's one thing, but the spade. Oh, it's a spade, not an ace. I don't know.
Am I wrong? You can't have an ace of Kings, can you?
No, because they're
two different suits, aren't they?
Two different sequences. Yeah, no, well, two different numbers or.
Yeah, it's two completely different things.
Yeah.
Veni Vedi Vecchi. I'm pretty sure that's spelt wrong.
What's that?
Hang on a minute.
I came, I saw, I conquered.
Yeah, it's let me just double check here. Yeah, it's Veni Vidi Vici.
Ah, right. So it's got the E still in there. Okay.
Yeah, too many E's, blood. Too many E's.
Why? Is that old Greg? Or Papa Shango?
Oh, Greg. You ever drunk Baileys from a shoe?
Oh God, I can't stand those heart tier tattoos.
I don't know, like if it's like a small heart thing, then I can forgive face tattoos. But when you draw like that on it, I don't know.
At least Danny Filth wears makeup that you can take off.
I'm just not really a fan of face tattoos in general. I think
that's one of those.
Go Yonkies! The caption: Go Yonkies!
That's one of those captures to prove you're not a robot when you got to spin them upright.
Brilliant.
All right, I think we've
I
gone
think we've
through.
exhausted all our tattoos, yeah. For
Yeah.
today, but if you want to see more of that, then do let us know.
All right, brilliant.
Jam that jam.
Jam that jam. Go Yankees.
Right, shall we move on to the? I think it's time for the listen to this segment.
Yep. So, Robber, let's.
Yes, sir.
You haven't this. I was gonna make the song for you last week, but we've got it saved for this week as you graciously didn't listen to it, which is wonderful. Music to my ears. So I did get you to listen to a Holding Absence song previously, but I am going to listen to one that is probably one of their best written songs in a good while.
Really?
Yeah, I would say so. So the latest single of theirs coming up for their latest album, which is this is so embarrassing. The Greatest Mistake of My Life. That is called Afterlife, and if you like songs like a Shadow or stuff off the previous album, then Afterlife will be right up your alley. So I think we've already gone over the bio of Holding Absence already. So but just to like a little bit of an update. This was James's last music video to appear in because he's now left the band. So I
didn't know.
Yeah, so we wish him the best of luck in all his upcoming projects.
Definitely.
So yeah, that's but it's good to.
Did he cite why?
He just wanted to move on to other projects. That's what he said. So yeah, that's
all right. Has that actually been formally announced yet, or?
Yeah, it's been announced. It's been announced on Facebook. That's why I'm saying it now.
All right.
So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, best wishes to him and everything. I hope that this album is something proud that he can leave behind with Holding Absence.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. Okay. So yeah, Afterlife.
Okay.
Shall we? Right. I've got it queued up.
Okay. So on go after 3. 1, 2, 3. Go.
Sorry, I was having a little bit of trouble there with my thing. Sign that. He's got such a great voice.
Yeah, I just love the way he orchestrates it in the song. I love the simple drums in the song as well. I love it in the music video. Scott's got a nice bouquet of flowers in front of him.
Yeah.
Perfect for coming up to Valentine's Day. He doesn't have to go to Asda.
I like the whole kind of aesthetic they're going for here. You know, with the transition to colour and everything.
And it sounds very raw as well in the vocals.
It's quite emotional as well, you know. It's a good chorus. It's a very, very strong chorus. I think I'm impressed with the vocals on this more than anything else. But I really like the sort of the atmospherics in the back, the subtle atmospherics, the ethereal.
Yeah,
kind of atmospherics.
That's what I do love about the band. They can do things very subtly, but
Yeah, this kind of this chimey bit in the bridge.
Hmm.
Oh, I like the overlapping vocals as well in this part. Weird to look at. I'm looking at the music video. It's weird to because he's playing an electric guitar, but there's an acoustic guitar going on in the background.
Yeah. I love that sort of piano chime that goes on in the background.
Yeah. Yeah, this is super cool.
Yeah, I thought I just it was like it's not the most complex song. It's very effective. And they're really good at creating that atmosphere.
Yeah, you know, that's always been the thing that's attracted me most to Holding Absence is their the way they have that kind of those dynamics between ethereal atmospheric sounds and kind of crushing guitars and Lucas's voice, obviously.
Yeah, like you know, Wilt, the song is a great example of that very essence. So it's you know, and
cool, good on them, yeah, and yeah, I'm looking forward to this this album.
yeah, it kind of the song reminds me a lot of Like a Shadow, which is to date probably their most popular song. So it's good to see follow-ups to that kind of style, and yeah, looking forward to the album. It's coming out I think just after the Architects album, so that should be good. Yeah,
right.
So absolutely,
Cool.
that was
kudos, Holding Absence. Keep up the great work, and good luck to James on whatever he decides to do next. I know he's got a side project called James and the Cold Gun or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's also on Twitch, by the way, in case you didn't know.
Yeah, I follow him on Twitch.
Yeah, do go and follow him. It's James. What's his handle again?
Oh, bear with me. I cannot remember. Is this something like James Joseph or something like that?
James Joseph. Yeah, here it is. James Joseph XVX.
That's the one. Yeah.
V for Victor. XVX. So do go and follow him on Twitch as well.
Yeah, Scott's also on Twitch as well, and yeah. I don't know. Can't remember what he goes as on Twitch. Bear with me a second.
Let me know later because I'll probably follow him as well.
Bear with me. I think it's just Scott_Carey. Nope, that's someone completely different.
Tell me later. It's fine.
Yeah, no
but yeah, Holding Absence.
All right,
lads. Keep
brilliant.
Up the good work.
So what have you got for me this week?
So what I have for you, this is a friend of mine, Tom Gardner. He used to be in the band Harbinger. If you don't know, if you don't know Harbinger, they were kind of, I think they're still going, but with a new vocalist. But he was the vocalist for Harbinger. They were kind of technical metal, very, very technical, very complex guitar riffs and arrangements. Almost kind of technical death metal style, really.
Is it? Oh, I think I
remember. Now he has a new band called Pulsed, and they've only released 3 songs so far. So the first track was called Worthless. Second track was called Our Pulse Is Yours, and this track is called Purity, which is what I'm going to give to you to listen to. And I don't know if they've all been produced by him, but they've worked with Connor Sweeney from Loathe. And you can because Connor is very good friends with Tom, but you can absolutely tell of his influence because there's Loathe blueprints all over this.
Okay.
You know, in the how crushing it is, and you know the treatment that he gives the guitars and the atmospherics and the ethereal elements to it.
Yeah.
So this also features a guy called Jack Dunn, who just bear with me here. He's in a band called Creek, apparently. I don't know if you're aware of them.
No, I've heard of Harbinger. I've listened to a bit of them, and they're pretty good. But
you have heard of Harbinger, yeah.
yeah.
So, yeah, this is a new metalcore outfit. I'm just going to do a bit of a background on this band. So Pulse are proud to share the brand new single Purity featuring Dak Dunner Creek, taken from the debut epilogue Our Pulse Is Yours. Talking about the EP, Tom, so it's going to be from an EP called Our Pulse Is Yours. Tom Garner exercises, it's something I've always felt passionate towards about how the world needs more good people with good intentions. It's very hard to make people see the errors of their ways. And we hope as you take this journey with us, you'll see the disheartening thoughts and sanity levels increase, which leads to almost becoming what you despise most. The words that make up the letters of the band name always carry this message of wanting to spread good in the world. So there we go. Nothing else much to say really about that. This is Purity from the band Pulse.
Okay, let's give this a whirl.
Yes. So let's go on. 3, 2, 1, go. So as you can see, right at the start, kind of very cold, bleak, industrial noise.
What's happening to my shoulders? Did you see that?
You what?
Did you see my shoulders? They're just moving on their own.
It's moving on their own.
Oh, those drums, man! Fuck. Oh, crank it up. I love that tempo change as well.
Oh, that
I love this. This is one of my favorite songs that has been recommended to me in a while.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so glad,
I love it.
because I've been trying to push this. I've been always intending to push Tom's new band for a while, but I haven't just got around to it. Such gnarly riffage, isn't it?
Very like sort of technical and industrial mixed together.
Yeah. And now
Loath, there you go.
the quiet part. You see what I mean though about comparisons to Loathe? I mean, Connor definitely put his blueprint on this, and I think that was always the direction Tom wanted to go towards, you know,
Yeah.
after he left Harbinger.
He's got some great vocals as well.
Oh yeah, Tom's a brilliant vocalist.
You know, that very toned screaming thing like Sam Carter.
I can see this lot probably opening up for Loathe potentially on tour.
I feel like the snare could be a bit stronger, but it's good.
Yeah. I don't know whether these are programmed drums or not,
Possibly, yeah.
because you know, I don't actually know how many people are in the band at this point.
I just feel like that singular bit where he hit the snare drum was just like dum-dum-dum-dum, tap.
Yeah. And there we go. There we go. So that was Purity by the band Pulse. What did you think, KB?
Absolutely fantastic. I mean, it's one of those unexpected songs that you just, it throws you into it without even trying. You know, like when you're looking down at like the Grand Canyon, and then someone you don't realize is behind you. You're just taking it in, and then someone just pushes you, and then you sense danger. It's very much like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was very into that. And I'm so glad I got these subwoofer headphones now because I really like the bass drums sounded like they.
It's obviously a very different project to a Harbinger, isn't it? It's a lot more, lot less technical, and relies a lot more on atmosphere and kind of more down-tuned guitars.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
But yeah, I'm
absolutely.
very much hyped for what they're going to do next. Really, next single they're going to release, or the EP they're going to release soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tom's a great guy. I've only met him once. Ironically, when we went to see Love at Bedford Esquires, but we've we had each other on Facebook from our mutual love of Puppy, my boys, and yeah, he's a great guy, and I wish him all the success in the world. And whatever he chooses to do with Pulse next. So yeah, go and check him out. They've only got like about like a couple of thousand listens on Spotify at the minute, and I think they deserve way more. So yeah,
yeah,
go and check them out.
This is why this podcast exists.
Yeah, I like to think so. Anyway, right. So that's the listen to this segment. We could do Would You Rather. I just fear that we might have run out of questions.
I think we got to that point where you just have to scout for a question that we haven't answered instead of me just calling out random numbers.
Okay, instead of picking a number, then I'm just going to see if I can find a question that we haven't actually
like
answered.
Even when I was doing it with Tom last week, I was just like, well, we haven't had a fresh opinion of this one yet, so let's ask Tom about it. So I was recycling some questions.
Let's see. Yeah. How about this one? Would you rather be stuck on an island alone or with someone who talks incessantly?
Only if they know how to craft. If they don't and they're just useless, then I'd rather be stuck on an island alone.
So basically, would you rather be stuck on an island by yourself or with me, essentially?
But like, you talk sense. I'm like, if it was someone from Geordie Shore or something, then I would rather die on the island.
I mean, if you're on your own, you have to stick to your own wits to get by, and you'd start be talking to volleyballs and things like that, and go mad. With someone else, I think that. I mean, mind you, if you're with someone else, it could end up like that movie, The Lighthouse.
Yeah.
Where you both go mad and then just argue and try and kill each other.
You haven't mentioned that film yet. What's it about?
Have I not mentioned? I must have mentioned The Lighthouse.
I'm only joking.
I was going to say.
It comes up like almost every week.
I know it feels like it comes up every podcast.
Nah, it's fine. I do need to watch it at some point.
But yeah, they are actually stuck on an island together, and they end up going mad pretty much. But it's well worth a watch. It's directed by Robert Eggers, who did The Witch.
Yeah,
and it stars Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson. And after seeing that film, I have full faith in Robert Pattinson being the new Batman. Yeah. Basically, I think I would rather be with some. I'm useless at organizing things by myself.
Yeah, it depends who you're with, I suppose.
Or help from other people, just in any walk of life, whether it be on a desert island or in the comfort of my own house. I need someone else to organize, to help organize stuff, because I cannot do that. I'm good at promoting things, I like to think, but I'm terrible at actually getting down to the nitty gritty of stuff.
Yeah, my problem is I procrastinate, and being on a desert island by myself means that I probably wouldn't be as encouraged to procrastinate, because if I procrastinate, then I'll die, and I won't be able to procrastinate anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going with alone for that one.
Are you? Well, yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going with someone else.
I'm gonna make myself some nice beans on toast.
Even if they do talk, it could be good if they talk incessantly, because they could relay so much information.
I practice my screams on the island because no one else could hear me. And
I mean, and I talk quite incessantly as well, so I'd be in good company.
I would just be talking to myself, and I don't know, running away from alligators.
Go mad.
Yeah, something like that. There we go. Okay.
Right then. Yeah. Okay. Would you rather get rich through hard work or through winning the lottery?
Oh,
Don't know if we've had that one before.
I
And
would
then
win.
that could be our last one for the day.
See, I'd still work hard even if I won the lottery. So I'm just gonna pick win the lottery because winning the lottery is like it's a secure, it's a safety net in a sense for
It doesn't get rid of problems you already have winning the lottery, I would say.
the only problems it gets rid of is debt that you already
Mm.
have, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Which I'd like
And
to.
people, I'm not. Sometimes I can be not very smart with my money. And if I get rich through hard work, I'd feel like a sense of achievement as
Yeah,
well. And I love having a sense of achievement,
I would love. I would
in any
love
walk
to.
of life.
I would love to use that money to invest. Um,
Mm.
pay off like short
There
term
are
loans.
sometimes where I think, oh god, I wish suddenly just 100 grand would fall into my lap.
Yeah, of course.
It would solve so many problems with like, I could build my stream thing, but through through streaming and through Twitch, I'd still like to work hard to earn if I set up a donation goal or whatever.
Yeah, I always have to have meaning in the things I do. Like a lot of times when I'm playing a game or something, if there's nothing big I'm getting out of it, I always feel like, what am I doing? you know.
So yeah, I would say probably get rich through hard work.
Sounds good
Personally,
to me. Yeah,
even though I don't like working too hard, I just think through winning a lottery is a bit of a cop out.
yeah, I get what you mean. I'd choose
But
a
mind
lottery,
you,
but
my
still
my
work.
opinion, I'm saying it because I'm in a relatively good place at the moment. I feel like my opinion will probably sway once
Yeah,
something terrible happens,
yeah.
or I
Like
don't feel up to it.
I should have
Whatever.
mentioned it at the start of the podcast, but I've already gotten some good feedback from my new job at the moment, so it's filled me with more
Oh, that's good.
positivity
I'm
about
glad
it.
to hear, mate. Yeah.
Like it's not the best thing when you don't know how what your performance is like in the role that you're at until like an annual review comes up or something similar. So it's good to have like that, the off the cuff, off the record sort of feedback like that. So yeah, it's nice.
Great. All right. And on that note, we're going to end it there. Sorry, Laura, you turned up a little bit late. We're just wrapping up, unfortunately.
There's always a
But good
VOD.
afternoon to you as well.
Yeah. No,
But yeah, thank you ever so much, everybody, for tuning into episode 23 of the Key Yard podcast. This was a fun one, I think, KB.
absolutely. I'm back on form. I think when you say fair dues, I say absolutely. So I think that is my catchphrase.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I say that a
That's,
lot. I've noticed.
There we go. Exclamation mark, absolutely. That's going to be KB's new command.
Yeah, I'll have to set that up.
But yes, so that's episode 23 wrapped up. Hope you all have a good weekend. KB, where can we find you, mate?
You can find me on Line. No, you can find.
Yeah, obviously.
You can find me on. So if you like to get involved with like a lot of chats, like-minded people, and a lot of the VC stuff that goes on in terms of community games that I play throughout the week, then the Discord that I've got linked is a good place to go to. I've also got my Facebook page where you can follow me, Instagram, which I just upload pictures of anything and everything except the food I've already eaten, so there's just my empty plate. My Twitter, that is currently banned for 24 hours for posting a joke about COVID, which they said was misleading. And my YouTube, which is all are the same under the same name, Kieran Benji, and my cover channel, which is KB Cook, which I recently.
And you're uploading more and more covers, aren't you? You did a cover of Black Lungs.
Yeah,
recently by Architect.
probably the hardest cover I've done so far because it's
It
an
looked like
Architect.
it took a fair bit out of you.
Oh,
to be
it
fair,
did.
Having watched it.
Yeah, it's like because
It's very good, mate.
it
Everyone,
pushed me.
check out KB's cover of Black Lungs by Architects on that channel.
Cheers, guys. And with that note, we'll rate.
Yeah, so with me, you can find me on Rob Veryard on Instagram, VERYARD. I post covers mainly, guitar covers and singing covers. You can find me on Twitter at RobV93, although I rarely use it other than to promote this podcast. You can find me on Twitch at RobV93. And I have ramped up my game, like I said, by buying Jackbox. So we're going to host a bunch of Jackbox sessions maybe do some Among Us, do some jamming, artist retrospective. You can find all that cool stuff over there. So I mainly do music-based stuff. And also Rob Very Own Music on Facebook, where all of my content, my musical content, is filtered. Certainly my original material on SoundCloud is filtered through that Facebook page. So please do give that a like on Facebook if you can.
Brilliant stuff.
Righty ho ho. So we're gonna wrap up there. Yeah, cheers guys. Do you want to sign us off? And I know who we're gonna raid, don't worry, we can do that after we've
Yeah, let's do a
officially
raid
ended
after
the
we've done
podcast,
that.
shall we say?
All right. So thank you for watching, guys, and it's been a great one. Thank you for being getting involved in things. And until next time, lights out.
Hey.
All right, who are we gonna raid?
Yeah, nice one, mate. So we're gonna raid Renegade_86. He's a member of the Bub Squad,
Renegade_86.
and he's only just started streaming. So at the moment he's playing Portal.
Okay,
So,
I think I've put it
there you
in
go.
wrong.
Renegade_86.
Is that it, or have I spelt it wrong?
How can you misspell renegade?
I don't know.
Hang on.
I already
I'm
have a
gonna
raid.
put- I'll
Oh wait,
put
hang
it
on.
up.
Sorry. Oh, do I have a raid in progress? What?
Look, no, you don't. I don't think you do anyway.
That's odd.
That's the name.
Hang on a second. Raid. There we go. Okay. Try it again. Renegade.
Yep.
It says I already have a raid in progress. Why is that? That can't be right.
Oh, I don't bloody know. I'll try it. Hang on.
Ah, bastard.
You have allowed me to raid, haven't you?
Oh, how do I do that?
You don't have permission to perform this action. You need to make me an editor, mate, or something.
All right. Okay. Bear with me a second. Hold on, guys. This is
So
top tier
professional,
stuff.
aren't you? Please do stick around if you can for this raid, guys. Really do appreciate it. Even if you go off somewhere, just leave it on our channel just so we can raid in with as much people as possible.
Yeah. Where do I go to? Can you see my screen?
Roles, isn't it?
Manage roles in channel or community. Oh, roles manager. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So
make me an editor as well. Do the. No, don't click on me. You
I'm glad.
press the plus button.
Ah, I see.
And then make me an editor as well. So I
there
can
we
do
go.
that.
Okay.
And then you're right.
I'll trust you and no one else.
Cool. Right. This is still probably not going to work. Hang on.
Do I need to?
Thanks for bearing with us, guys. Yeah, you already have a raid in progress.
That's odd.
That's weird. All right, whatever. We're just going to end the stream then.
Yeah, sorry.
You can do what you want. But yeah, cheers for tuning in, guys. Honestly, much appreciated.
Yeah.
See you in a bit.
All right. See you guys. That was awkward.